Monday. Wonderful to have you with us here tonight. And we hope you're just doing exceptionally well. And of course, we have visitors, as you can see, or visitor, I should say. My name is Dugald, and alongside me, as always, let's start off here, Rhoda.
Hello, welcome. Hello, Dugald. Hello, Jabaar.
Yes.
So happy to be here. Thank
Great,
you.
great. Listen, what you got to do is, of course, we'll really appreciate it if you can like and definitely subscribe in case you haven't done so yet. But joining us this evening, of course, here on this Mahala broadcast, and I keep saying evening, but joining us at this particular point in time is somebody that is definitely a friend of the show. Also the Provincial Director, Western Cape for DEFSA. It is the one, the only Jabaar Mohamed, everybody, that is with us here this evening. And very important, of course, as well, tonight, Kevin Peterson is joining us as the South African Sign Language interpreter as well. That will be, of course, voicing what Jabaar is saying to us. But first, Jabaar, hello. Welcome to Mahala Monday. Thank you for joining us. Welcome back.
Hi. Thank you for having me here. It's truly an honor for me to be here. I think 3 years later, I'm finally back. 2 years later, I'm not sure.
It has been a while.
It is.
Yeah, you've been here before, but it is such a pleasure to have you here with us as well. Absolutely brilliant to have you, because within the of course the deaf community, you do so much, and we really want to get a spotlight on that, because you've really been an activist around, you know, concerns that the members of the deaf community have. And I remember a conversation we had at the time that sign language became an official language. I remember the conversation we had around that time. But I know a lot of you that are watching this now, of course, will have questions and comments. It is an interactive show, so definitely get it through to us in case you haven't done so. And I remind you, of course, the voice that you hear there is Kevin Peterson, the South African Sign Language interpreter, who's, of course, voicing this for us. So, Kevin, also to you, just to say hello. We trust you are well, sir. And he says he's good. Yeah, you can't see him, but he's waving, but you'll hear him as he waves along. So great to have you here. Now, September month, Jabaar, is Deaf Awareness Month. That is what it is. Now, to kick this month off, of course, just the other day, there was what is in the Western Cape, which is called the Silent Walk. 5 kilometer walk, silent walk that took place in Cape Town. Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, thank you for that question. I know there's many people that's watching and probably assuming what is happening. I do have the interpreter in front of me. So in regards to the silent walk, it's more, I would say, it's like a fun walk, but also raising awareness and bridging the gap between the deaf community and the hearing community as well. Because many people truly misunderstand what it is to be deaf. They say that we can't do anything. So I started the silent walk in 2014. And the reason for that is I've seen many people in their lives. There's a fun walk, there's a woman's walk, there's different types of walks that happen. So I thought, okay, what can I do for the deaf community? And then I thought, okay, hearing people can hear, and then we'll just supply them with earplugs, and that kind of gives you a feel of what it feels like to be deaf. So that is part of raising awareness, and that is also the reason why I set up that project. So Saturday past was the 10th annual silent walk that we had.
Okay, so just to reiterate, so the people who walk, who partake in this event, they are given plugs to literally, for the duration of the 5Ks, literally experience what it would be like for somebody who is now deaf. So I will repeat it for you. So if I had to do it, I would have earplugs.
Sorry, can you just repeat that?
Yeah, so if I had to walk, I would literally have the plug. So I can't hear anything during the walk. And of course, that gives me a bit of a experience what it is like for somebody to be deaf.
Yes. Yes. So on Saturday, we had about 2 or 3 people just to come up and share what their experience was wearing the earplugs while they were walking, what they felt. Some of them said it was silent, nobody was speaking to them. They had to rely more on their eyes while they were walking because they're not sure if there's a car coming up behind me. So those are the things and how we raise awareness on that. And then another person said that they loved it because it makes the world feel silent. We need the world to feel silent. And I laughed because deaf people can't. So
Yeah. I think we lost you there at the end, but Kevin. But Kevin, of course, interpreting for us. But we got the gist of what you said there, Jabaar. That whole experience of course being placed in that position and having a greater appreciation for the challenges that members of the deaf community go through. And I like the fact that you said that you got to rely on your other senses because you wouldn't be aware if a car is behind you or what is aware with you. And we take these things for granted. And this is wonderful having this conversation with you, of course, just sort of unpacking this.
and then also I feel proud of it because I'm the founder of this project and I've been spreading, and my aim is to have it all over South Africa, maybe in the next 10 years. So, but we will see. We'll see.
Definitely.
Wow.
I've been watching you. I've been watching you, and I wanted to join you on Saturday, but unfortunately, I had something had come up, family matters, but I definitely will the next one. That's why I kept on asking you when. So you need to tell us when the next walk's going to be.
Okay, so normally it happens in Deaf Awareness Month in September. So it will always be the first Saturday of the month. So next year, I see the date would be the 6th of September, 2025.
Okay. And then obviously this is a question a lot of people probably, for me as well. I mean, the day I met you, I basically had to be aware of the fact that you had to face me, and I had to make sure that I could face you because I know that you would read my lips. And it's quite an adjustment. I've started to adjust because we've known each other now for some time, a few years now. And I've adjusted, and I know I need to make eye contact, I need to look at you, I need to tap you if I need to get your attention, so things that you take for granted. And I'll be honest, you were the first person that I've ever met in my life that was hearing impaired or basically deaf. So the community out there, people out there, there's a bad connotation sometimes to the word deaf. How do you feel about that?
For me, personally, I'm a very open-minded person. I work with different people, and I'm talking about before I became provincial director, a lot of people had like stigma and they labeled you and they said, oh, the deaf can't do this and the deaf can't do that. So what I did was I stood up for myself and I said that we can do it, to show them that we are capable of doing it. And so
Amazing. Yeah, we're finding Kevin freezing a bit there. So yeah, the signal.
just to I'll just go back a bit. So as soon as I became provincial director, everyone wants to become my friend.
Oh, that's funny.
But But somebody like yourself has proven that the capacity for anybody who's got the right application in terms of right attitude, you know, the will to do something, that they will be. That they will succeed in it, because I mean you've been on the forefront fighting for rights for people, or at least for the opportunity in terms to be a bit more inclusive. Do you think we're making a shift? Do you think there's a bigger awareness? Do you think, I mean, we just had the walk a couple of days ago. Do you think there's a bigger inclusivity that's taking place?
I saw that Kevin's.
So
He's freezing, yeah.
Kevin just froze there for a second.
Yeah, so you can see they're freezing.
So yeah, so just if you have joined us, yeah, we with Jabaar Mohamed, of course, for this edition of Mahala Monday, and joining us online, made possible by the wonders of technology. And just to give you indication of how this works, so as Kevin Peterson, of course, who is a South African sign language interpreter, and as Jabaar is signing, Kevin is interpreting that for us via audio, so we can actually hear what Jabaar is saying. So and then sometimes, you know, it's the time of the day, signals and all of this. So where Kevin is also finding himself, but we do have Kevin on the line, and it is amazing. And he's saying that things are all good. Before we get back to Kevin, I'm going to repose that question to you in terms of if inclusivity is steeping up. We do have a comment or two that is popped around, and we will just go through that.
And Donal says, Donal Calypsy, hey there Donal, happy Deaf Awareness Month. And there's another one, Hubert, hey there Hubert. Our dedication to advocating for the deaf community is truly inspiring. The way you champion accessibility, breaks down barriers and raises awareness, empowers countless individuals. There we go, yeah. Hubert.
So
Hubert again, you created more inclusive world for everyone. Your voice, whether you spoke or signed, resonates with strength and determination, and your work is a testament to the power of advocacy and compassion. Well done, Jabaar.
So that's very nice to hear. We'll check with Kevin. Kevin, you can hear us loud and clear? Yes, he can. So, Jabaar, let me re-ask. I'll ask you the question again. So, do you think there's an upward trajectory in terms of inclusivity? So we just lost Kevin there. Sorry, Jabaar. Sorry, we just lost Kevin there. But from what I could tell, that you were saying that there's been an upward trajectory within the past 10 years.
80%.
80% at least. So things are moving forward in a more positive way. But obviously a lot more can be done. But I think the big takeaway from that would always be the fact that people need to be aware of the challenges that different segments within the community deal with. And the more we are aware of it, of course, it embraces and moves everybody forward. But you're a person, to move on, you're a person with many hats.
Person with many hats.
Many hats. You've got obviously a very demanding role as Provincial Director for DEFSA Western Cape, but you are a producer. You are also the host of your own show, which is called Accessibility with Jabaar, which is on Cape Town TV. And what is the aim with the show? How many years it's been in broadcast now?
I think, Jabaar, I know you can speak a bit, and we do understand you. I think you're going to have to use your voice here as well a little bit.
The accessibility with Jabaar is more about that people look to people with disability. And to my showing more about showing to people that people with disability can do something, you know. And my show is like not like showing how to get up in the morning, how to get to work. It's about where they are, and it's like a wow story. But it's a talk show, so I make it more inclusive. I make it more showing out there that people with disability can do it.
Definitely.
So I've done 23 episodes,
Oh, wow.
and each episode is 24 minutes.
Oh.
And not easy, not easy. Because I have to find the story, I have to write the script, and yeah, the energy and it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Shame,
You
man.
can imagine because, but the show has been doing very, very well because also there was a SAFTA award that came your way, that came the way of the show, which is brilliant for Outstanding Person with Disability Contributor Award, which you received last year. That must have been, I mean, do you know that's huge.
That's big.
You know, when I got the email, then I'm invited to chapter the wound, I've been nominated. I didn't know what was chapter. I'm like, chapter, and I went to Google. And then I thought, oh, a South Africa Follow TV Award. And I thought, oh, and I'm going to America. then I go back, and then I check, oh, and it's South Africa number 17. They'll let me for 17 years, I've been missing out.
Yeah.
And then I do, okay, let me go. If you're nominated, let's go with Steve. And I look at the picture, the red carpet, my red outfit. I'm like, oh, okay. No, my mind was never there. My mind was there to get a winner. My mind was there for to get awards or get a certificate or something. My mind to open doors. And that is where I was
Low.
happy in our week. And at watching up in it, I got it at the lifetime. So I'm a winner.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Definitely.
And so, how did you feel? Because you had no idea. Did you walk in there thinking like, I would like to win?
Who would not competition? Who would not nominate? Who would have a disability show? And then it popped up lifetime. I'm like, okay. Yeah.
I do believe Kevin is back.
So Kevin is back. Kevin, you can hear us, yeah.
Yes, I can hear you now.
Excellent. So, but also winning this award, the SAFTA award, Jabaar. This has definitely thrown cold water when people try and hold members of the deaf community back. Because this is definitely something, obviously it speaks to all the important work that you've been doing as Jabaar, but it just definitely just highlights the capability that everybody's got.
Well, it's a good question. I like I said, it was my passion to make a winner, to make it, to open doors, to get more people with disability to get into the production. And for me, when I got my awards for 5 years, I had no income. No income to my TV show. I've been volunteering for 5 years. And that is where it gave me more power.
Yeah.
I can do more. And now I'm able to do documentary.
Hey, yo.
So, yeah.
Well, good luck. Absolutely good luck with that as well. Good luck with that. Now, I want to ask you this because members from the deaf community are constantly breaking barriers, borders, and doing and showing what if the human spirit believes, and if you really want to do something, you can. Because just a couple of days ago, weeks, you know, we had the Miss South Africa pageant that took place, and Mia LaRue, as a deaf South African, is now Miss South Africa.
I know her, and she actually, she like more eye-opening for everyone in South Africa. When she, when I saw that, I knew that she would be in the finalists for Miss South Africa, but I never knew that she would win. And when she won, it was like, yes, finally, the door is more open.
Yeah.
And yet she can't sign. But she is from the deaf world.
Yeah.
So she have a complete plot, but she's part of the deaf world. Even you can sign or not, or speak, but her identity will always be deaf. So for me, it was I felt very good. Because now you can open more doors for young girls.
Exactly. Oh.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think it also inspires a lot of other children or people that's actually having that, because I know you come from a family where everybody can hear and you're the only child that obviously couldn't hear. Out of 7 kids, oh my word, you see. So for me, even for me, it inspires me. So for me out there, guys, if you find yourself in a position that you are finding yourself in a disabled world where you feel you being, and there was a beautiful word that we used. We spoke once, not to say disabled, but challenge. What was it? There was a word you used as well. Was it hearing challenge or?
Not hearing impaired.
Yes, yes.
Hearing impaired and what other one? Handicap. We knew deaf or hard of hearing.
There we go.
Or people living with disability or having disability.
There we go.
Hearing impaired is like your ear is broken. I've got it impaired.
Impaired.
In my ear. So my ear is not broken, but my own ear is not active.
Yeah. So just changing that mindset and having to obviously say, you know what, I can do this. I can go and work. Even if I'm in a wheelchair or if I can't hear, I actually can still find work. So I'm very inspired.
Yeah. No, that is truly fantastic now. So I just want to check with Kevin. Kevin, you back with us, yes?
Yes, I'm back.
Okay,
back?
so Kevin is back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kevin is back. Yeah, thank you very much, Kevin. So now, let me ask you this, Jabaar, as a deaf man, and you've continued to persevere, you fight every day, and society still in this day and age, there's a very skewed narrative that that deafness or being hard of hearing challenges us. And we've been talking about this now. There's yourself who've got the SAFTA award. We spoke about Terence Parkin a while ago. There is Mahala. There's definitely a huge amount of outliers from the deaf community that is doing that. You yourself said the inclusivity and accessibility. Yes, that we are making a strong upgrade as well. How do we get people to really move forward with this, people who are not part of the deaf community, to really embrace this and become more aware? Is it like having a conversation like this?
For me, there's just 2 things. The first one is more on deaf awareness. We need to continue deaf awareness. It should be an everyday thing, not just running through Deaf Awareness Month. It should happen 365 days. And then secondly, it would be nice to learn South African Sign Language. And it shows that you are willing to be part of the deaf community, because it's not just about South African Sign Language, it's about understanding deaf culture. It's about how to be part of the deaf world, because there are different dialects of signs. So therefore, to answer your questions, moving forward, and you need to become more involved in deaf activities and deaf programs. We've got a lot of events that happen, and people need to try, they just need to forget about the pettiness or the word shame. They need to forget about, oh, they can't hear clearly. You need to make it more inclusive, make the person feel more inclusive. So where I'm from Elsie's River, and not one of my friends has spoken negative about me or pushed me one side. They always included me, and local is lekker, and I've lived the lekker life.
And let me ask you this, because not so long ago, sign language now officially claims a space like the other 11 languages we had before in terms of it's now protected in terms of the constitution. It's become official, which is extraordinary, and that is in South Africa. We are well ahead with the rest of the world when it comes to that.
Yes. Yes, with South Africa, I think it's about the third country in Africa that has sign language as an official language. I think Uganda, they've got it sign language as an official, and I'm not sure what the other one is, but the third one is South Africa, in Africa. But I'm not talking about America. America, it's not official. British Sign Language is not official there. So we are lucky to actually have that in South Africa. And yes, everything has become now more aware, doors are being opened, but we still need to raise more awareness. There needs to be more education, needs to be more inclusive, and there's a lot that still needs to be done. So that is why I still continue my job as provincial director. I've got my TV show, and I'm teaching sign language as well.
Oh, lovely. Oh, lovely, lovely.
You need to teach us. Say, hello and how are you? Something simple. I know one sign that you've taught me already, which is March, which is the only one I know. And naughty.
And thank you. And love you.
Yes. It's all coming back now.
You see, it's all coming back. And Dougal, what's that one?
Naughty.
Dougal's very naughty.
I just want to say, I've got a dog. He's 4 years old.
Oh, wow.
It's a Rottweiler, and he knows sign language.
What?
So he knows about 7 different signs.
Yeah.
He obviously doesn't respond back to me, but he understands the signs. And one thing I show, maybe, say for example, I tell him to sit, and it's feeding time, it's time to eat, and he needs to come here. And then he will keep eye contact with me, but when I say he's naughty, he looks the other way.
That's cute, man.
Jabaar, there's so many things that we would want to talk to you about, of course, but we got to be real about it as well. The challenges that you face. And also not just in your personal space, but also within the professional space. I mean, you were a great example of somebody who was flourished because they are determined, they got the right application, they certainly have the right drive, they have a great attitude towards what they are doing. Where do you draw your strength from? How do you get up in the morning and say, I am going to take this day by the horns? Because I'm sure for other members of the deaf community, it's a bit difficult at times. How do you get your strength?
That is a very good question. I've never really, all my life, I haven't thought of that. But thinking back now, when I started to become very independent. I had goals that I've set out for them. I was about 11 when I decided on those. Because my mom died when I was 8. She passed away at the age of 8. And that, I felt a bit, I couldn't handle myself. And I told myself, I need to stand up. So then I joined the swimming team. And then from there, that is where I started to build my confidence. My aim was to become a Western Province swimmer. And then at the age of 15, I became there. But unfortunately, I can't do it now. I was a bit slimmer back then. And then when I got to the age of 15, so at 15, I've got a lot of hearing friends at home. And then when I'm at school, I've got deaf friends. So I was basically in both worlds. So I learned from my deaf friends, I learned from my hearing friends. I learned what their goals are. They would tell me what their goals are. And then when I went into the deaf world, I saw that none of them had goals. And then I immediately thought I wanted to become the first deaf doctor. But then there was no finances, there was no qualifications for a deaf person. And then when I got to matric, my father passed away.
Wow.
And then that pulled me down much more. But then I thought, no, man, I need to build my confidence much more. Then I wanted to become a chartered accountant. I went to college. I had no interpreter for all the years, and I managed to make it into the top 10 students at college. And then from college, I went to the I went to UWC. I did my BCom in public management, and today I work in different roles. Like I'm a qualified TV presenter. I'm a deaf community advocate. But the I do interpreting training as well. So I've got a lot of roles that I play, and I think that is where I draw my strength from because I do it all for the deaf community.
Oh.
Wow.
Wow.
That is truly inspirational.
All I can do is that, Jabaar. Well
To
done.
hear that. Wow. And I mean, it's you know what? We've got a comment that we're just gonna focus on. There's a comment coming in that we're gonna pop up there, Rhoda, please.
Mark, I've been absolutely been loving the show. Jabaar is such a special guest. My inspiration is overflowing. He's sending you love.
Thank you. That is a really wonderful message as well. But just to hear you talk about the challenges that you were faced with at young age as well, with both your parents passing, and then of course everything that you wanted to go through. I want to ask you this with tertiary institutions, because that is really where we build. That is where we build, because, and even at school, because at school, if you go to a deaf school or a school that caters to members from the deaf community, but once you get to tertiary level, it's a whole different story, because I'm sure there are many Mia Laroos out there who want to be Miss South Africa, many people who aspire to be doctors, chartered accountants, all these things that you speak about. Are we making more of progress? Are things slowly becoming more accessible at tertiary level?
I'm smiling, and the reason why I'm smiling is when I became the provincial director, I made sure that all my barriers are not going to happen in the term of while I'm working. And at college, we've got interpreters. At university, we've got interpreters. And I've been working with the colleges and the universities to have that accessibility. At the College of Cape Town, where I studied, we have 2 interpreters. At CPUT, we've got an interpreter. University of Cape Town's got an interpreter. I'm not sure about UWC. I know Stellenbosch has interpreters as well. So that is where I'm working with all tertiary institutes. And then also we work with companies for employment possibilities with hotels. So I've been doing that for the past 16 years. And I'm smiling because it's not the same as it was before my time. And I'm also working with the mayor of Cape Town. I'm working with the premier and with the ministers. And I'm telling them, please listen to me. On provincial parliament, we've got interpreters as well. And it's qualified interpreters. And they have listened to my advice. And I'm smiling again because back in my time, there weren't any of these things.
Yeah. Because we would think we would only need the interpreter if one of the members were deaf, but it doesn't work that way. It is about excluding members of the deaf community because now you don't know what's going on within it. And this is the mind shift that needs to change.
It's frozen again. And you'll have to speak
Oh, so
again.
we just got a little bit of a freeze there on Kevin. But you would agree with that. It is about that, sure.
Oh.
Jabaar, I just wish you all the luck and all the strength is all I can say. but Kevin, are you back there?
Yeah.
Yes,
Is
I'm
he
here.
back? Oh, there we go.
All right, I'm gonna repose that question quickly. This is the true thing. So if I use, let's say, Parliament or any institution for that, or provincial legislature for argument, we sometimes think that just having an interpreter there is because one of the members or whoever is attending would be deaf. So to make it accessible for that specific person who is attending. But what is more is the community. What is bigger is the community at large, the audience that would be viewing this, because they are now being excluded from actually listening to a debate, let's say in Parliament, or being part of the conversation.
Okay, so when the interpreters are in Parliament, because even though there aren't any deaf people there, they broadcast it live for everybody, and they stay there, and it's there to ensure that wherever I'm watching from, the interpreter needs to be there. It's not just them signing for themselves; they are on camera. So I'm sure the interpreters, they stay there, or whoever comes, they can just switch it on and watch.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if there are people that are deaf within the members, but the interpreters have to stay there.
Yeah.
And
You done? Yeah. So for me, what I look for now, especially when I see the government or president must speak, I'm always looking like, where is my interpreter? You know, and it bothers me now that if I don't see it, and I'm like, how can you do this? Probably because you're my friend, and I'm always looking out. You know, when I go to the shop, I know the one shop I go to, I have a guy that works by fruit and veg. And the first time I met him, also he had a sign in front and at the back said, I'm deaf. And I tapped him also and I asked him for something. I made sure I made that contact. So I'm becoming aware of the fact that, you know what, we need to basically inclusive of everyone, no matter what your gender, your race, your disability, everybody needs to be included. So what advice have you got for somebody who's actually sitting with these challenges? What advice do you have coming from your background, where you've come from?
the advice I would give: listen to our deaf people, listen to our deaf leaders. Don't rely on people to advise about deaf people. So where I go there and I advise people and I teach people. Perfect example, I was at Fame Week Africa and I advised them to have subtitles. And they have listened to other people, but they bring in any interpreter. I said, no, you can't just bring any interpreter into voiceover. So you need to follow the advice that you get from the deaf people. But my advice to you all is work with the deaf community. When you make decisions, don't make decisions for them, make decisions with them, because they are the experts in their disability. And learn sign language, be involved in deaf culture. And we feel that we want to be equal, we want to be treated equal, we want to be on the same level as everyone else.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Thank you, Jabaar. Before we let you go, you got to teach us something, and I want everybody to sort of take this home with them. So first, just for the global audience that's watching Mahala Monday, that's subscribing, of course, and you haven't done that, we'll really appreciate it. Please, please, thank you. And I want please, and I want thank you. So can you please, So first teach us please. Please, down.
So it's please.
Oh, please. Got
Please.
it. Please. Please.
Please.
Yeah. Yeah, Rhoda's not doing it right. I'm doing it right. Please.
Please.
Okay. All right. And thank you. Thank you.
There we go.
There we go. You got that, Rhoda?
Please and thank you.
Yeah.
There we go. Please, your facial expression.
That
Yes,
is very
you need to use your
important.
facial expression.
Please.
And your hand shape as well. Your movement, your facial expression, your palm orientation. And it's important. So when I say please, Condi, please, 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 please. I need to stop. So just please.
Okay.
And thank you. Not thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You need to relax.
Please. And
So
thank you.
please and thank you.
And
Must be clear. Thank you. No, sorry. There. Yeah. I get it right. There. That's good. And now the final one. And now the final one. The Bokke are champs. There we go. That's all I
show
wanted.
it again. Bokke. Champs. Hey, yo.
There we go. Jabaar, thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming and being part of the show tonight, and of course sharing your story in a very truly an inspirational story. And I think we can all take something from a page from your leaf from your, because truly an inspiring story, and we just wish you the best. But before we bid you adieu, we have got a comment or two that we just got to touch base on.
And that is success. Says, nice one. I am learning. Ah, there you go, success. I'm glad.
Absolutely brilliant. Brilliant. Thank you very much for those comments. But once again, Jabaar, thank you very much for being part of the show here tonight. Thank you. And yeah, I learned that now. Thank you for being part of the show, and we wish you all the best going forward. And especially in the very important work that you do as well. And may everybody go and support and be part of this as well. I think it is very important, and continue with this wonderful work that you are doing. Rhoda, I mean, Jabaar is here with us, and we always have the sort of post-mortem after the guest. But the work that is being done is extraordinary so far. The stories that we hear are extraordinary.
Definitely. And you know what? We all need to step up, Dugald. I just feel we all need to step up, and you know what? Make this world an inclusive world for everyone. And, you know, stop living in your little bubble thinking it's just about you at the end of the day. There's people out there we need to reach out to. So, you know what? That's what I'm wanting to end off with, and say, you know what? You all in one and one for all.
Yeah, 100%. That is exactly what we got to do. September is Deaf Awareness Month, so it is one of those things where you got to be a little bit more aware. After all, it is 2024, and as Jabaar highlighted, South Africa, the third country within the continent of Africa, of course, to make sign language an official language. And at least you've started off hearing or learning at least 2 signs. And of course, the Bokke Champs is the one who's definitely going to stick. But once again, thank you very much for watching. Kevin Peterson, thank you very much for interpreting, sir. South African Sign Language interpreter, thank you very much for your contribution this evening, Kevin. Much appreciated. To Jabaar, our guest, always a pleasure having you here. Don't take another 3 years, come back sooner. And thank you for watching. Rhoda, thank you. And remember, subscribe, everybody, in case you haven't done so, and please share it. Until next time, from all of us here at Mahala Monday, thanks for the comments. Thank you.
Bye.